Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I am turning into a COD juggernaut again. I finally feel like I'm getting back to my peak in terms of pub stomping ability. I want to talk about the history I've had with COD briefly in the beginning of this video to kind of understand where my mindset is right now and why I feel confident as ever. I played COD religiously from COD 4 all the way to Black Ops 2. By that I mean every single game that came out, I had days and days and days of playtime, usually 20 plus days on all of those titles in between there, if not more, 50 or 60 on Modern Warfare 2. And then when it got to Black Ops 2, I started to get really good. It was back on the 360 days. And on Black Ops 2, I had well over 100 days between two accounts and a reset on my main account, and was really able to pub stomp how I've always wanted to. Every day I hop on, we'd be dropping nuclears, crazy streaks, all of that. Held like a 4.5 KD for the entire duration of that game. And on an ult account that I even had like a 7 or 8. That was the account that I teamed up with 5 other gods, and we just tried to drop as many streaks as we could. But then ever since that year, my interest in COD dropped and dropped and dropped. I think it was a combination of the fact that I just didn't have as much time to grind the games anymore, and plus the games just got worse and worse and worse. Ghosts I had like 10 days on. I was okay at, but I never really liked the game. Advanced Warfare had even less time, probably half that, if not more than half. Didn't like the game at all, but still played here and there. Black Ops 3 was around the time that I finally switched to PC gaming, and so I didn't actually play any Black Ops 3 multiplayer. Infinite Warfare was the first title since COD 4 that I didn't buy, so I sat that year out completely. World War II was almost the exact same. I did buy the game, didn't play a second of multiplayer, and played zombies for half an hour and never played the game again. Last year's game, or Black Ops 4, was the first game that I returned to multiplayer. So essentially a 6-year break in between COD games that I grinded. And I have to say I was decent at it. It was my first multiplayer on PC that I actually started to grind on, and I was able to get the nuclear or whatever they called it in that game. I think it's on this channel actually. I got a couple of them, and my KD was like a 2 or 2.5, but I just didn't feel like I was nearly 100% after taking all those years off. My gun skill was still totally fine because I was playing tons of other FPS games throughout that period of time. But it was really the COD map awareness and really how to move around the map in a way that you can get streaks at will. That was something I had, and I understood exactly how to avoid situations, back out of situations I didn't want to be in, reposition, and just really start creating streaks. I didn't have any of that. And it took me that entire time playing Black Ops 4 to really start to feel like I'm getting some of that game knowledge, map knowledge, whatever you want to call it, back. But it still didn't feel complete. Then the game started to die out and I transferred over to zombies and played a ton of that. I don't know why I'm telling you that. That is not important to this. But basically, I didn't play the entire year's worth on multiplayer. Probably half and half. But then came this year's COD. A COD that finally a lot of my friends decided to get and actually play the multiplayer with me. That was kind of a deterrent in the past, as I always used to play with my IRL friends. That's like what we would do. We'd get home from school, we'd play for the next 5 hours, then go to bed. But obviously, you can't keep that up forever. So this year, finally, I had people to play COD with again. I think that was a big reason why I really dove into this one. Even though it's not the best game, a lot of people actually despise pubs in it. I don't think it's that bad. It feels really good at least. We don't have to talk about the maps. But the last 2 months, especially the last month of me playing Modern Warfare here, I felt like I finally am back, if not better than I was back in Black Ops 2. During the Damascus grind, I was able to understand the game so much better, and I got so many reps in that I knew how to play it. My map awareness started to build up again, and I started to be able to put together some solid streaks, but never really got that nuke. And I said in a previous video, it's only going to take me 1 nuke in this game, and I will be able to drop them consistently. And that's exactly what I think is starting to happen. I got my first one, and within a couple weeks of playing on and off, I had a second one. And then days after I got that second one, I dropped this one that you're watching now, and one actually before this earlier in the night. So 2 in one day. I'm up to 4 now in a very short amount of time. I transitioned away from using streaks and relying on streaks to get my kills and my KD, and now I've completely transitioned to Specialist, and I'm learning how to use Specialist to the best of its abilities. I still don't really know exactly the perfect Specialist setup for going for nukes and whatnot, and it might depend on the game mode, but I was able to drop 2 nukes with Specialist So I think that's a huge step, and like proving to myself that I actually am a very good player. The first 2 nukes were pretty unimpressive. I think these next 2, this one that you're watching right now, is a lot more impressive in terms of the fact that I did it with specialist. It was, from what I'm remembering, a quicker nuke, and it just felt like overall a better streak, which is, I guess, the end goal, right? More exciting. To talk a little bit about this game, I was positioned very well. It's one of my favorite buildings in all of Ground War. It's the A building on Karst River Quarry. That building is so fucking overpowered. As long as you understand how to maneuver all the 3 floors of that building, you can go on massive streaks. And it's very hard for that team that's home base is right outside that building, essentially, because that building is between A and their home base. It's very hard for them to push unless they're very coordinated and you're not paying attention or you're being careless. I've spent a lot of time harassing them in that building, so I've learned kind of how to navigate it, and I'm very comfortable in there. And the thing is about Ground War is generally the people that are spawning in the base are the worst people in the lobby. So the people that are continually spawning in their base and trying to either rush the flag that you may have or they may have, and they just know that you're in the area and they want to get you out. Holy shit, that's crazy. First day using the AN. Oh, that's insane. That was a really... I've always wanted to get a nuke in that location too. Those people are typically pretty bad. So again, I guess I'm not really killing people that are good, and I am just patrolling a very specific area. But at the end of the day, it's still a 30 gun streak. And all that matters is I'm really happy with it. And the craziest part about this gameplay is I'm using an AN that doesn't even have the correct build. I quite literally unlocked the Battle Pass tier for the AN several games before this. And so I'm still leveling it up in this game, and I don't even have the correct loadout I want. I would switch the clip, and I would also switch the tactical suppressor or something I'm using right now to the monolithic. And I could potentially make 1 or 2 other changes. I just have to look at the attachments because, again, I don't really know the gun too well. The only thing that really mattered was that I actually had a slightly bigger clip, and I also got the better barrel, which helped immensely. The AN without that barrel is tragically bad. But if you did enjoy this gameplay, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are brand new to this channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. This guy's not feeling so good. Oh Jesus, am I got a double nuke? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Assist your team at A. Allied gunship in the area. Engaging targets.
Alright. That is crazy, man.
Enemies taking Bravo. Watchtower. Path code accepted. Beginning launch sequence.
I could have double nuked, man. I move faster. 57 and what? Died a couple times at the beginning, I think. 57.5? 3? Nice. And with that, I get to go to bed because I was just feeling it, man. I knew that if I played that one last game, something good was going to come out of it, and it did.